My name is Orly Wab. I'm the founder of Abraham's Legacy, and it is a pleasure to be here again with you on day 4 of this incredible festival that's going to be going from now all the way through the holidays into Cheshvan, and ending off with a beautiful musical celebration that's going to happen, Bezrat HaShem, live in Yerushalayim, and it's going to be live streamed to all of you. More details on that as we get closer to that event. Before I introduce today's featured speaker, just a couple of important points to mention. First, of course, thank yous. I want to thank Naomi Zerno from Naomi's Uplifting Events for being just an incredible partner in this event. Naomi, I love you. You have a heart of gold, and I'm so grateful. Of course, I want to thank all of our incredible speakers that have joined us and partners of ours as well that are helping us get the message out there. And above all, number one, thank you goes out to HASHEM for allowing me to have the opportunity to do this. I feel very, very, very blessed to be able to connect with each and every one of you. And I just want to thank so many of you who shared such incredible words. A lot of you have sent me WhatsApp messages over the past couple of days and emails, and it means a tremendous amount to me. So I just want to thank you for that. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, where have you been? We're excited to have you. And just so you know, we're doing this every night, of course, besides the Chagim and Shabbatot, 8:30 p.m. Israel time, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, 35-minute program happening, same link. All you need to do is register, sign up at abrahamslegacy.com/sign up. On that site, you'll be able to see the agenda of the speakers. You'll be able to see how you could get further involved, how you could win some awesome raffle prizes. Tonight, we're going to be raffling off our incredible speaker's book. So more about that at the end. So please feel free to check out the website. You'll also have the opportunity, of course, to upload or to share your My Tehillim time story, a story of how Tehillim has inspired you. I know sometimes we can be a little bit hesitant to share, but what we have to remember is that inspiration is meant to be shared, and it inspires others to also share. So please do. I want to encourage you guys to do that. And so many of you have already been sharing. Last but not least, after we're going to have the agenda for today, after we're going to have our amazing speaker, we're all going to be joining together to read Tehillim through the Abraham's Legacy Tehillim app. And if you haven't downloaded the app yet, you can do so throughout the program. Download it for iOS, for Android. It's not only meant for this program. You can use this at any time, at any point, and you'll be able to read Tehillim. It allows us to collectively complete the book of Tehillim in unison, in real time, with people from around the world as we add to the global count. So check that out. If you're joining us from a cell phone, I want to encourage you on the next time maybe you're joining, or if you're able to potentially come on through a computer so that you can utilize your phone during the Tehillim read. After our Tehillim read, we're then going to have the raffle for Chany's incredible book. And then we're going to be announcing tomorrow's speaker and ending off our night. Hopefully, if there's time, we'll also have an opportunity for a couple of questions for Chany. So as she's speaking and sharing her beautiful words, please feel free to list some questions down or write them down for yourself so you can remember what questions you would like to ask her at the end. Without further ado, I'm excited to introduce our speaker, Chany Rosengarten. Now, Chany is the #1 Amazon bestselling author. She's a powerful motivational speaker, as you'll very shortly see. And she teaches empowerment, self-care, and boundaries in business, love, and relationships. And her online courses have changed the trajectory of many, many lives. So I'm excited to be able to introduce her, and she's going to be talking to us about how to find time for Tehillim without excuses. And now, Chany, especially, you know what the app is about. It's very hard to find excuses now, because 1 minute that you take, 30 seconds that you take in your day, you have the opportunity to be part of Am Yisrael in completing a sefer. What a tremendous, tremendous zechut. So without further ado, I give you Chany Rosengarten. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to join us at the My Tehillim Time Festival. It's all yours.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of My Tehillim Time. I recently discovered the app, Abraham's Legacy, and I love it. It's amazing. So I'm going to share my Tehillim story, and then we'll talk about how to find time without excuses for Tehillim. So, you know, my story, my Tehillim story has to start with the acknowledgement that for many years, I grew up saying Tehillim. We always had at least one portion of our school day where we said Tehillim, and it's a good thing we did. Tehillim is so powerful, but I hated it because reading for me, the Nekidus, the Hebrew words, were just all those, I don't know, somehow in pre-1A, I think I missed that lesson. I don't know why it didn't go into my head, but there were so many of these little dots next to all the aleph bays. It's hard for me to read, and it's been hard for me to read since. Like there are prayers that I know because I say them every day, and that's easy, but Tehillim was big and there were new words and I just had a hard time with it. So I never enjoyed it. 2 years ago, the day before Rosh Hashanah, I watched a video by Reb Meilich Biderman, who said that there is this amazing skila, a skula that if you say Tehillim twice on Rosh Hashanah night, it is certain that you will be answered. That your prayers will be answered. And I wanted very desperately to be answered. And so I had something that I had been wanting for a long time. And so I decided that I'm going to say it, that it was worth enough for me that I would do anything to accomplish it. And so I said Tehillim, I said it once. It took me 4 hours where I was working so hard on every word and like stumbling over my words. And I finished one time, it was after the meal, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. And I said, am I going to say Tehillim another time? Because he had said, say it twice. And I did. And I stayed up the whole night and I said Tehillim the entire night. And during that time, part of the experience for me was really seeing that in the Tehillim were all those prayers that I wanted anyway. Everything that I had been feeling, the pain and the joy, the hope, it was all there. It had all been said and beautifully for me. Everything that I was trying to say had been said, and it was right there in the Tehillim. And so I finished my 2 times. I said it again the next year, the following year, I stayed up again all night to say Tehillim. What ended up happening was that after that first time of saying Tehillim twice, I continued saying Tehillim because I just saw that it was doable and that it was beautiful and that it was from the heart of David HaMelech and the heart of Klal Yisrael, and my heart was just we were all saying the same thing. So I continued saying Tehillim. Last year I did it again, and it was the same day that I was getting ready to talk to you that my husband said to me, when was it that you had prayed for this thing that we now have? Like, we have found our Yeshia, we have been answered. And he said, did you pray for that last year or the year before? I was like, I don't know, but here it is. Tehillim is very, very powerful, and it's here for us, and we can all tune into the power that is already there for us, the things we already want, and the power is there for us. So how do we make time to say Tehillim? Some of you may have a hard time with the words and reading just like I do. So I know there are different tools for that. And having discovered the app, Abraham's Legacy, that is just brilliant. Like I get to tune in, connect with the rest of Klal Yisrael and just say my part. And we're all saying Tehillim together. So powerful. But the ways that I have found to make things become something that I do every day is that I let it become who I am. When Tehillim is a task on my to-do list, sometimes I get to do my to-do list, sometimes not. Sometimes I'm busier, sometimes I feel, like I'm happy and energetic and I can just cross off everything on my to-do list, and sometimes not. So if it's a task, I may get to do it or not. But when it becomes an identity, even if I don't do it for 1 day, for 2 weeks, for 3 months, I can always go back to being who I am, because I am a Jewish woman who says Tehillim. I am connected to the Tehillim. Therefore, if I haven't said it today, there's always tomorrow. I'm always here. So as long as I'm here, saying Tehillim is also here. And therefore, I'm connecting to who I am. This has become my identity, as opposed to this is just something that I do. It's not something I do. It's something I am. So there's no excuse between me and who I am. It just is. And that's one way to make this be a part of my day. This is who I am. I am a Jewish woman who says Tehillim. The other thing is that when you do see, right, there have been times that a month passed and I did not say Tehillim. And when I see it as an excuse, this is what I found with anything that you want to work on, right? When you say, I want to do this, but I'm so lazy, I'm so, whatever the excuse is, I don't have time. Excuses are really reasons that you haven't given legitimacy to, that you haven't really listened to, and that you haven't really respected enough to say, sweetie, why aren't you doing it? Like, what is between you and you that you're not doing it? When we think of it as an excuse, we're kind of hiding from our own reason. There is a reason you're not doing it. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe you have disconnected from yourself. Maybe you feel distant, because of certain pain that you're feeling. There's something real that's in the way. So what is it? It's a real reason. It's not an excuse. The excuse is the reason. So when we think about the reason, we connect to the reason and we say, well, sweetie, what is it really about? Like, why is this not happening? We connect to the reason. And when we connect to the reason, when you're dealing with a real thing, when you're dealing with yourself and with a compassion that you have for yourself, you can probably overcome it. You can find a new way, a new time, a new direction. You can read the transliteration, the translation. You can take one pusik that speaks to you. Because honestly, when you take one pusik and just think about what it means for you, right? You start connecting in a new way. So your excuses are not excuses, because if they're excuses, it's like a roadblock. It's right there and it stands in your way. But if it's a reason, then you can understand the reason and work with it. Respect the reason. Your reason is respectable. If you're not doing it, you're right. There's something there that you can deal with. And the other thing that I've also found very helpful is make it part of your schedule. Right? So just like at night, I don't go to sleep before I have read Shema, brushed my teeth, taken out my lenses, whatever, right? All the things. I have a list of things that I don't go to sleep before I do those things. And they're not a list. They're just things that I need to do in order to get to bed. I also have a list of things that I need to do in order to get to my morning. So I don't start my morning, and for me, it's actually touching my phone, right? I don't go to my phone because that's a big distraction. My work is on it, like everything that I need to do is on it. So I don't go to my phone before I've done certain things. So it's prayers, for me, it's also journal writing and whatever, gratitude list, but whatever it is that I need to start my day, I don't get to my day before I have attended to myself and started off myself from a spiritual basis. So putting Tehillim as I don't start my day, or I don't, finish my workday, or whatever it is for you. But for me, it's I don't start my morning and I don't touch my phone before I've done these things. So that's how I know that, generally speaking, except, if there's a real reason, sometimes there are reasons, but in general, this is how I start my day. And that's how it happens. And finally, really, besides for just Tehillim being the deeply spiritual thing that it is, and so you see the words, and when you finally take it apart and apply it to what does it mean to me, it's just so pertinent to who you are. But the other question is, why is this important, right? When I did my second round of Tehillim, that first Rosh Hashanah that I was doing it, the first round, okay, I did it. I was up for the challenge. The second round was hard going. It was. And sometimes we're busy and sometimes it will take effort. So the question is why? Why are you doing it? I did it because I was so adamant. I knew that I just needed this breakthrough. I needed it. I had done everything in my power. What I was saying was, Hashem, I've done everything. Please, I will do everything. I will continue to do everything. But at this point, I'm not doing actual actions. I'm taking spiritual actions. So what is the reason that you are connecting now? What spiritual actions are you taking? Why are you doing this? Because You can do it just because it's spiritually fulfilling, and you are so worth saying Tehillim just because you get to say that, you get to connect on that level. But also, if there's someone that you're praying for, if there's something that you're praying for, that's your Tehillim time. You get to connect to it, and you get to know that when you take spiritual action is much more powerful than anything you can do. And you get to do that on your behalf or on the behalf of the people that you love. So knowing your why is another motivator to have this be a part of you. So to recap, 4 things that have helped me with making Tehillim my own is let it be who you are, not just what you do. Number 2 is your excuses are reasons. So find out what those reasons are, give it the compassion it deserves, and see if you can help and work with those reasons. Number 3 is make it a part of your schedule. What don't you do before you do this? What is this a step into? How is this a part of your schedule? And number 4 is connect to why you're doing this. Are you doing this because it's just the most beautiful thing that you can do for yourself, and you are so worthy of taking the time for Tehillim? Or is it because you're praying for something specific, because you can trust that your prayers are going to do that for you? And with that, I encourage you to take whatever you've heard today and take 1 point. These are 4 points. Take something that you've heard, and the one that speaks to you, the one that works for you, the one that resonates with you, and make it your own, and let that help you in your quest to connect deeper and to say Tehillim, which is just such a gift. So now we're all going to head over to the app, Abraham's Legacy, and we're going to connect in our combined effort to say Tehillim. And I'm going to give this back to Arlie.
Thank you so much, Chany. Such great practical ways that we can incorporate Tehillim into our lives, and the idea of not making excuses, understanding our reasons, being able to make it a part of our daily practice. I think that these are fantastic ideas, and each and every one of us can take them on. Now, what's great about the app, and I've shared this, and we're going to start the reading in just a moment, is that we discussed this on the first night, right? That Tehillim is a dialogue with HASHEM. So if you just simply, you can actually within the app create a reminder for yourself. You can actually set a daily reminder, or you can customize it. It's on the side menu bar of the app. You can customize when you want a reminder to come to your phone. This way, you'll have the opportunity to go in and look at it as, I'm going to take on reading this one parak and see it as, all right, I'm about to have my dialogue with HASHEM now. What is he saying to me? Look at your parak. If you want, you could switch it into English or whatever other language you want to switch it into. What is he saying to me? What's going to happen in today's? So if you look at it in that way, wow, let me start my day by just having my convo with HASHEM. We want to have our one-on-one, see what's going on, check in with each other. That could be such a great way to incorporate it into your daily life. All right, we are going to right now, I'm going to share the screen we're going to start the reading together. For those of you that don't have the app, you'll have the opportunity to now download it. And once you do, you'll be able to follow the directions from this video. After this is over, I'm actually going to share with you a couple of pointers in terms of the app, because people have been sending over questions, and it'll only help your use of the app. So without further ado, we're going to do the Tehillim read. Naomi, if you could please share the screen, and we are going to read in unison. So thank you so much. Just so you guys know, we completed almost 2 books over the past 3 days. Let's do it again this time. Maybe we get to 2. Everyone is being asked, I'm going to ask that everyone keep in mind to pray for immediate miraculous refuah for a dear friend, Shira Malka Bat Esther Chaya. She's a loving and devoted single mother of 3 in Vancouver, who's put her heart and her soul into bringing Mashiach and geulah through joy. So I'm going to ask that each and every one of us, please keep in mind, Shira Malka Bat Esther Chaya. On behalf of Abraham's Legacy, we are excited to lead you in a Tehillim reading, where each and every one of us, from wherever we are in the world, can easily join in and complete a book of Tehillim in unison within minutes through a very special app called Abraham's Legacy, Tehillim Together, in memory of Avraham ben Polin. To be part of the Global Tehillim read happening now, download Abraham's Legacy on your mobile device from the App Store. Available for iOS and Android. You can also scan this QR code with your phone. To scan a QR code, simply open the camera on your phone and hold it up to this image. A link will appear on top, which you can click, and it will direct you to download the app. I'll give you all a moment to download the app. Sign in, and in a minute, we will all click on the Start Reading button on the main screen, and each of us will receive a different perek from the Sefer of Tehillim so that we can complete the book and add to the global count. In the top right corner, you can click the icon to switch your language if you like. You'll also be able to see in real time the amount of people reading and countries reading. Don't forget, you'll need to confirm that you've completed the chapter. Let's put a few minutes on the clock to read in unison so that we can unleash the power of our combined tefillah. Tizku l'mitzvot.
קרבות עוד באוויר, עם עייף חובש פצעיו, יושב סופר ימיו, צעקות בושה בכל העיר, דור רוצה תשובה עכשיו, זכאי ולא חייב. בגוף עייף מכישלונות, בלב שבור לחתיכות, נחכה לך שתקבל פנינו. לך קראנו בלילות, ועוד נצעק ברחובות, רחם עלינו אבא הושיענו, הושיענו. זמן עובר כולם ממהרים, דור מחיש את פעמיו, רוצה הכל עכשיו, שמש בשמיים אפורים, עם בארץ אבותיו, נלחם עוד על חייו. בגוף עייף מכישלונות, בלב שבור לחתיכות, מחכה לך שתקבל פנינו. בגוף עייף מכישלונות, בלב שבור לחתיכות, מחכה לך שתקבל פנינו. לך קראנו בלילות, ועוד נצעק ברחובות, רחם עלינו אבא הושיענו, הושיענו. הגיע הזמן להתעורר, לעזוב הכל, להתגבר, לשוב הביתה, לא לחפש מקום אחר. הגיע הזמן להשתנות, גם אם פספסנו תחנות, אפשר לרדת, יש רכבת, חזרה לשכונות. הכל אפשר רק אם נרצה, המחפש תמיד מוצא, גם אם הוא נמצא שם הרחק בקצה. דלתות שמיים לא ננעלו, כשהבן קורא הצילו, אבא שבשמיים מגיע אפילו שעשינו משהו רע, הוא מוחל וסולח, מושך מושיט ידו לעזרה ונותן ברחמיו את הכוח לתקן ולשוב אליו. הגיע הזמן להתחרט, אם כבר לברוח אז מאחת, אם כבר לקחת אז לקחת בשביל לתת. וזה הזמן להתקרב, לא לפחד מהכאב, ואם לתת אז כבר לתת מכל הלב. הכל אפשר רק אם נרצה, המחפש תמיד מוצא, גם אם הוא נמצא אי שם הרחק בקצה. דלתות שמיים לא ננעלו כשהבן קורא הצילו, אבא שבשמיים מגיע אפילו שעשינו משהו רע, הוא מוחל וסולח, מושיט ידו לעזרה ונותן ברחמיו את הכוח לתקן ולשוב אליו. אפילו שעשינו משהו רע, הוא מוחל וסולח, מושיט ידו לעזרה ונותן ברחמיו את הכוח לתקן ולשוב אליו. הזמן להתעורר, לעזוב הכל, להתגבר, לשוב הביתה.
And you can go ahead right now and you can finish reading the parak that you're on. We did finish one book and we're in something like in the 80s in the second book, which is fantastic. You can use this not only during the program, guys, you could come to this every single day and utilize it as you like. And as you could see how many people are on. We had 7 countries reading with us during this time today. How incredible is that to feel that you're connected to so many people? What I'd like to do as we're going to, before we wrap up, I do want to have an opportunity. If anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask, you're more than welcome to either unmute yourself or you're also welcome to type it over here and for Chany, and she'll be happy to answer those questions. So we're going to take a couple of minutes for any questions that you might have that you want to share. Feel free to do so right now. In addition to that, as you guys are thinking of your questions, or if you'd like to write them down, just to show you very quickly here, some people ask me the question, what if I want to get to a specific, parak of Tehillim? I don't want to read through the global count. Hopefully you guys are able to, I'm hoping you can see my screen here. Do you guys see this video? Maybe somebody will just let me know.
Yes.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, great. So what all you do is when you go to the side menu bar over here and you click it, you'll see it says here the Tehillim book. So let's say you just want to get to a specific parak. You could see it broken down by chapter, by book, by month, by week, by category. And you could also see special prayers. So you have the opportunity to do that. In addition, verses by name, this is like otiyot neshama. You type the person's name and their mother's name, or you could add neshama if it's a person who passed, and the pesukim will come up based on that person's name. And of course, you're also able to change the language to whatever language you like. So, one other quick thing to share with you that also could be super helpful, and I'll just pull this up right now. This is another video over here. When you come onto the app and you click on profile, here you could see the leaderboard. You could see who's read the most daily and weekly, and you can also see where you stand on here and how many chapters you've read specifically. So here you have the ability to see, what your standing is. So here, for example, Sarah Rutman, right, weekly, she read 307 today. She's read over 41,000 prakim of Tehillim through the app, which is absolutely incredible. So just to show you and give you an idea of how you can utilize the app, I'm going to try and share with you different features each night, just briefly, so that you can see how you can make the most of this incredible app. If anybody has any questions, Right now would be the time to ask, and then we're going to be able to do the raffle. Anybody have any questions to ask? Don't feel pressured to do so, but I want to give you the opportunity. Just so you know, for those of you that may have either come in late or maybe you missed yesterday's talk or the day before and you want to see it, that's great. All of the talks are uploaded to the Abraham's Legacy YouTube channel under a playlist, My Tehillim Time. So you'll be able to go there. For yesterday's talk by Chany Rosengarten, she had a document that she shared. It's in the description of the YouTube, for her YouTube video. So you'll be able to see it there. And of course, like I said, you can enter the raffle by simply just registering for the event. All right.
Jerry was amazing.
What's that? I wasn't able to hear you. Could you say that again? Okay, I think I lost you, but feel free to unmute yourself again. We're going to do the raffle now. You guys excited for the raffle? And the raffle is going to be Chany's book. So first of all, I want to give a huge round of applause to Chany. Thank you so much for taking part in this. And her book is called The Boundary Is You. Chany, would you like to share just very briefly what the book is about so that they'll know what the raffle prize is? And then we're going to do the raffle.
Absolutely. The book, The Boundary Is You. I have a copy right here. I don't think it's with the screen. You can't see it. But in any case, it's a guide to creating boundaries in relationships by loving yourself more. Having worked with many, many women to completely change their relationships, their marriages, their parenting relationships, what I have found is that there's very little we can do to change the other person, but there is so much we can do when we change ourselves. And therefore, when we want to make boundaries, we often think that we need to tell the other person what we don't want or do want, but we really need to love ourselves and get clear about what we want, what we deserve, that it's okay to want what we want, that it's okay to feel what we feel. And from there, boundaries come naturally. So that's a guide to creating those boundaries.
Love that. Chany, that's beautiful. So we're going to be raffling that off. And then the winner, I'm going to send an email to them. They'll send me your address and then we're going to be shipping those out. Just a couple things that people that mentioned, are you Yotzeh? If we read in a language other than Hebrew, 100% you can read in another language. Obviously, it's always better to read in Hebrew, but it's better to understand the words that you're saying. So 100% you are Yotzeh. I want to thank those of you that have written such beautiful words. Mindy, you're always writing such nice words to me. You're making me smile all the time. Okay, here we go. We're going to share the screen right now and we're going to do our raffle. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. Okay, here we go. We're going to click on the spinner and let's see who the winner is. Winner for today is, and it's by email address, is Shelly Helbrun. Congratulations, Shelly. I will send you an email so that you can get your copy of the book and you could start working on the concept of boundaries. I want to thank you guys so much for being on. Tomorrow, same time, okay, 8:30 p.m. Israel time, we are going to be joined by Sarah Carmeli, who is going to be talking to us about the power of Tehillim on Hafrashat Challah, which is very, very fitting since tomorrow is Thursday as we're getting ready for Shabbat. So thank you guys from all my heart. I hope that you continue to join, continue to have your dialogues with HaShem, and V'ezrat HaShem and the zechut of our tefillot and of us coming together and unifying. We're going to be able to bring the geulah, and I'm going to see you all here. I'll save you a seat at the Kotel by the Bet HaMikdash. I'll save you a seat right next to me. It's going to be fantastic. I'm excited. I hope you're excited as well. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Take care.